Hello, this is Try Oasis. I'm your host, and these are my two co-hosts, Kirby and Snorlax. Say hello, Kirby and Snorlax. Hi-ho. And hold on a moment. The battery. I don't even know what that was about. Oh, oh, hold on a moment. I'll be with you shortly, FuzzyCow. Hey there.
Hello. How was your weekend?
Oh, a little bit busy, but no, no good. Now that I'm having fun with you, FuzzyCow.
Awesome. Glad to hear it. So, we're just getting back from a trip to Toronto, which is a very different place from where we currently live. So that's why I was unable to play last week. But hey,
Oh, all right, fair enough.
work. Um, what have you been up to?
Um, Currently been rehearsing. Well, first off, doing a summer kids camp thing. Then let's see here, working over at the Mary Pickford,
Hmm?
and it's been a bit busy with Inside Out 2.
I heard
And
that one was a big movie. Yeah.
yeah, it's definitely the big movie of the summer.
Yeah. So like that one's apparently breaking box office. It's like almost guaranteeing a Inside Out 3. Have you seen the movie? I have not. I'm just trying to get a read on it.
Uh, yeah, hold on. Yeah, it's been really big. A lot of people have loved it. It's continuing on from the first movie.
Hmm. That's good.
Yeah,
The other thing that's kind of I've heard about, and I
hold
know that
on a
you're
moment. I'll be with you shortly.
okay.
About that. I'm currently trying to stream my Xbox, and apparently my the new capture device is not linking to it right now. Hold on a moment. Switch. Hmm. Captured. Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Looks like we're making progress.
Hmm. Weird. Oh wait. There we are. That's better. Sorry about that. I There was just a little something weird with the capturing device for a moment there.
All right. Ready?
Alright, apparently my controller needs updates. Modern. So yeah, let's see here. Inside Out 2. 2's been pretty good. It's going probably for now it's going to be the big hit of June, no question.
Oh yeah, yeah. Um,
Let's
the other thing that's kind of like big and exciting is that there's a new stable in WWE. Did you hear about that one?
let's see here. New stable. I'm guessing you're talking to the Wyatt Six or the
Right.
new. Oh, I was thinking about the new bloodline.
Uh, the Wyatt Six is the thing that I was referring to. They
Right.
basically came on and they murdered Chad Gable.
Yeah. And other stars, if I remember.
Yeah. Um, I wasn't able to catch SmackDown. Were you?
Um, I was a bit too busy, so no as well.
All right.
I'm pro.
Well,
I'm
I'm
probably
looking.
going to be out of the loop as you are my since I've been since besides this I've been like, oh right, I never I don't think I've told you the third thing I'm doing this summer, besides, of course, streaming from time to time.
Mhm.
I'm also getting ready for a performance, uh, for of a performance of Bye Bye Birdie.
Wow. No, I was not aware of this.
Yeah, yeah, it's basically going to. Yeah, we're just 2 weeks away, and it will open July 5th.
Wow. So it's
Yeah,
getting real close then.
yeah,
So this is why you've been pretty busy?
yeah, pretty much. I've
Cool.
barely had time to play any games, least of all Paper Mario, The Thousand Year Door, and what else? What else besides that? Paper Mario, The Thousand Year Door, and something else. And I recently got back my PS5, but I have yet to find any time for it.
That's kind of how it
Another
goes.
update too? Come on. Time for Diablo 4. Oh, that's a really good. Wait, why did they change the screen? I like the original one with Lilith.
Well, they made to change the screen because Lilith is no longer the main protagonist. I don't know if you've heard, but the sequel, not the sequel, the expansion has been announced, and we're going to be talking about Mephisto. So we're kind of getting in the in-between period between expansions. The new expansion is scheduled for October 8th. You'll see a lot of opportunities to purchase it as soon as you get in the game, which is, its own problem. But yeah, the new expansion is going to be talking about how Mephisto is, well, we're getting into spoilers territory. So we're just going to say we're talking about Mephisto.
Right? Man, but I've already. Oh, man, it's going to be. Wait, I almost forgot to ask. Have you seen the direct?
No, no, I did not see the direct. But
Oh boy.
I have read some articles about it. So, is there anything that you particularly want to talk about?
Oh, okay, let's see here. Of course, the big one. Well, one of the big highlights, of course, has to be Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is free. Or at least it's
That's
coming
fantastic.
to or at least it's coming to modern consoles finally, along with other games. But yeah, that movement happened like a few years ago, and to know that it's actually happening, yes. Yes. Perfect.
Cool.
We
I was not following Marvel versus Capcom, but I know that you're a much bigger fighting game fan than I am.
Oh, I'm not a fighting game not too much of a fighting game fan, but I know how hyped that that game was ever since. I mean, I personally like Ultimate versus Ultimate Marvel versus Capcom 3 a little bit more, but there is an argument to say that Marvel versus Capcom 2 is just as important since since it came out like for the Dreamcast or so and was biggest one of the biggest arcade games of that generation.
Wow, and they're just giving it away these days. It's good. Keeps the
Yeah,
history alive.
can't wait for that to come out. Let's see here. Hmm. Donkey Kong Country Returns HD.
That was a good game. Donkey Kong Country Returns.
Yeah, and now it's coming to the Switch sometime next year. Let's
So you'll be able to
see.
get Tropical Freeze and Returns on the same platform.
Yep. Not to mention the other Donkey Kong Country games that are on the Twitch online service.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
Sounds like
see.
you'll be able to play the whole series then.
Yeah. Well, they don't have Donkey Kong Country 4 yet. So who knows about that one. Let's see what else. And then Jeebers, 24 minutes. We're gonna have to talk our butts off here. Apparently, I did not get the memo.
So, if I could explain some of the stuff that happened that caused this 7.21 gigabyte, there have been some balance changes, naturally, right? Um, but one of the things that they did was they added a lot of content for this expansion that's coming up. The expansion is called Vessel of Hatred, I believe, and it is green instead of red, which Diablo 4 is colored primarily red. And the biggest thing that it added was the addition of pets. Well, technically, the biggest thing that it added was the ability to purchase Vessel of Hatred. They're really pushing that game right now. They're pushing it hard. Um, it's not for me to shill for Diablo. I have not bought it. My game plan is to wait a literal month after it comes out to see if it drops in price, because that's what happened to the actual Diablo. So anyway, so Vessel of Hatred, that's the thing that they're pushing right now.
Right?
The other thing is they added a feature for all users. Gold collection has been historically something that in-game users want a lot of because it allows you to reload your gear, re-roll your gear. Re-rolling gear allows you to put the things that you want on your gear, so you can find one very high valuable piece of equipment that's like 80% away there, and you can re-roll it to get it to about 90 to 100% of the way, right?
Yeah.
And the primary resource to do that has been gold. So gold is extremely sought after in the very late game, but it's very tedious to pick up. So what they did was they added this thing called pets. If you go back to Kyovashad, which is the big city where we started from, you'll find that there's a new quest that's available to everybody that allows you to have a pet. So the pet will follow you around, and it will pick up gold for you.
Right. Can it just
So
do? Can it do anything else?
no,
Well,
the
that's
pet's
kind
job
of.
is gold for you.
Well, that's kind of. I don't know. Things kind
So
of lame. I know it's to pick up gold and all of that, but I feel like it should have like attack or something. That's I don't know. Seems
so if
like
you
a.
druid, the druid has a couple of companions. They have some wolf companions and some crow companions, and those do have attacks. And then they have a passive attack. They'll just kind of do right. Um, they also have an active attack where you can have them usually target a specific creature. Um, Additionally, there's a class called the Necromancer. And the Necromancer specializes in, as you can guess, summoning an army of the dead. That's not its only playstyle. It can be a caster similar to a wizard or a sorcerer, but it's one of the more unique ways to play the game as or as a necromancer is to have a army of the dead. So you can summon, I think it's like up to 9 skeletons. I think you start with 5, and you can build up to 9, as well as one guard golem. And the golem is kind of like your big tank guy that deals a lot of damage. And so you can play a necromancer that has all of the attack that you love and want. Those are the primary ways to do the thing that you're asking for.
Hmm. Let's see here. What else? What else? Oh yeah, speaking of expansions, darn it, I've just played some of Heaven's. I just already defeated Heaven's Ward like a few months ago, but I have yet to work on any of the other expansion stuff for Final Fantasy XIV. I still have Shadowbringer, Endwalker. I'm pretty sure there was a third one around there, but man, Dawn Trail's coming out just on the on July 2nd.
Now, Final Fantasy 14, is that the MMO Final Fantasy?
Yep. Well, their second MMO, but the first one, Final Fantasy 11, was like it's its own entire beast compared to Final Fantasy 14, where 14 basically had 14 based on not only its mechanics but was also influenced in some way or another by World of Warcraft. I never got into World of Warcraft. I'm sure it's a fine game, but Final Fantasy XIV is where I'm currently at with MMORPGs.
All right. Well, World of Warcraft, I have not gotten into them either. I have not played an MMORPG. So, what's it like?
Let's
What
see
do you
here.
do in an MMORPG? How does Final Fantasy, a game that kind of tells you that you're the hero, the ball of light, how does it manage that in a context where there are literal, is it millions? Is it hundreds of thousands of players all claiming to
Oh,
be?
there's more. There's probably millions, I can tell you that. Final Fantasy XIV, well, there used to be this original base version, but the original Final Fantasy XIV was so bad that you're not going to believe this. In canon, the original world of Final Fantasy XIV was obliterated in the story thanks to some version of Bahamut, the Dragon King in that world, and somehow through some kind of force the realm was reborn. Hence the first hence the since let's see here, I wouldn't say what would you call it, rebirth? No, that something of Final Fantasy XIV. I'll say rebirth because I got Final Fantasy VII Rebirth in my mind, but it refreshes the whole realm, and yeah, let's see here. The whole world was revisioned, and that's how we originally got Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn. So yeah, that was that. But Dawn Trail looks like it's going to be in a more tropical setting, since it looks like pirates and all of that. And there's a new class that's going to be available, like I think they're basing it's like the paint mancer or something like that. If you've ever played Final Fantasy VI, there's a character named Realm who draws and copies monsters and all of that.
Cool.
It's about the same cute design, but I don't know how different it will be, but it looks kind of cool. Anyways, what's there to think about? As for the story of Final Fantasy 14, it's basically saving the world, but if you're now about the whole now I'm a hero thing, they do have specific cutscenes that only play you the character in those certain story cutscenes. But but there are these challenges that you can do with other people, and as for how the gameplay is like, so you know the whole thing with your DPS healers and tanks, right?
Sure.
Alright, so they made some of the classes that you've known from the Final Fantasy series into those things, like, of course, Paladin will be a tank, White Mage, and Summoner, to an extent, healers, and Black Mages, Archers. Let's see here. I'm probably forgetting others, but there's different kinds of DPSs, magical and physical DPSs, like monks. I'm maybe bards. I don't remember, but some places only allow for, like, some of the dungeons only allow for one tank, one healer, and two DPSs. Doesn't matter if it's physical or magical, but other ones include like three tanks, let's see here, three tanks, three healers, and six black mages or so, but that's because there's a lot of content. There's a lot of events that go on that are like certain limited time events based on some games, some the seasons, all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm pretty sure there's going to be like a summer festival season. I haven't done that one in a while. And they have classic characters and enemies like Malbros, Chocobos, Moogles. The Moogles in this game actually look adorable. But yeah, and if you've played some Final Fantasies, there's even a character named Sid, and there's also Biggs and Wedge. So for some kind of it's not only fan service, but it's technically sound, because they keep on patching it from time to time, but and the developers had to do a Realm Reborn because the first base game was so bad they had to start from scratch and listen to the fans. That's what was important to them, is that they care about their fan base.
I mean, it sounds like they did it because you're excited about talking about this game.
Yeah,
So,
and it's over, and it's been over a decade since it came to. It's been over a decade, and yeah. Now, finally, after all that time, I thought it would take a little bit longer, but I'm finally playing the game.
All right.
again. Right. Let's see here. Off the bed of my nose, there's the Dragon Quest Erdrick Trilogy HD 2D theme, which will include Dragon Quest 1, 2, and 3. 3 will come out this year, while 1 and 2 will come out next year. Okay, good. I thought that was... There's that, which is really cool, and alright, what else is there? There's that. The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. And guess what? You can finally play as Zelda. And I hope, and I really hope for its success, because it looks like it's going to be like
I have to find
a
the ring.
puzzle
How to get there?
here.
Oh,
Looks
excuse
like
me?
puzzle oriented, and I really like that. And definitely cannot wait for Echoes of Wisdom. That's gonna look really good whenever it comes out.
Yeah, it's not like the other Zelda, right? The
Yeah,
Tears of
it's
the
cool.
Kingdom?
It looks like it's taking inspiration from the Link's Awakening remake that was for the Switch.
I'm not ready yet.
It's like we're- So we just basically finished the boss, or like the mid boss for this one.
Right.
And now
I need more time.
Kind of just cleaning up some quests.
Right? Let's see here.
And we're going to a brand new location, Turds. And basically, this is another spot where we're going to be doing a lot of traveling.
I'm not ready yet.
Oh, I just wanted to read words. Can't wait because
I'm not ready yet.
I think it's going to be more focused on platforms, but puzzles.
Yeah.
That's really good.
need more energy.
Let's make our way to the statue, and there's another statue for us to pick up. Did you get it? So, basically, last time we learned that
I don't see
I
it.
can't
around.
carry anymore.
last time we learned that Elias has been gathering some
I
support
need more time.
for Lilith. Apologies. And he's basically made an alliance with the cannibals to summon one of the lesser evils. Either the lesser evil of pain or the lesser evil of pain.
I need more time.
And that's not good.
Indeed.
So now we're gonna kind of continue south to where we believe
It needs
Elias
time to
is
recharge.
last later supports. Later supports he's located. So we could, cut that one off and figure out what his master plan is.
I need more time.
Yeah, honestly, can't wait for Echoes of Wisdom. Let's see here, what else? Oh, Ace Attorney Investigations Collection. I'm so psyched for that one. Another collection of Ace Attorney games. Including one that we never got released in,
I need more time.
internationally, and it was for Japan for a long time. There was a fan translation like afterwards, but unfortunately that's now not going to be the case anymore.
Yeah, it sounds like it's getting official.
Yeah. Too bad for Sebastian the Best, though. One of the best
I can't do that here.
names for the character. Now it's going to be Eustace Winter. I don't know. It doesn't have the same ring to it for me.
Not in
I
town.
get what they're going for, there, but it's just so lame. At least Eddie Fender is actually kind of witty.
I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
So, we were basically in the arid plains, and now we are in the, this is the desert condition.
I'm not ready. I'm low on energy. I'm not ready.
Alright. Up at the top here, there's another shrine for us to collect.
Need more time. I'm low on energy. I need more time.
On top of their heads.
I need more time.
They summon the little spawn things, the flea guys, and those flea guys slow you down. So I always try to make it a first
I need more
attempt
time.
to get one of those guys.
You sure there's more like Four The Legend of Zelda Four Swords.
Not in town.
Your Metroid Zero Mission, Rock and Perfect Dark coming to Twitch Online service as well.
Alright. So we made it to Tarask. Let's start our quest and find out what we're doing today.
Alright.
Just rumors, mostly. The people here speak of a sorcerer who lives in a grand palace beyond the endless sandstorm.
One of these nomads could help us reach it. They know the land better than...
Taisa?
Andaria. I hear her. I need a place to focus. Keep her voice at bay.
Look for a guide. I'll get something to help Taisa clear her mind.
Okay. So now we need to find a guy.
You'll find none fool enough to accept that request here. Give up and stay alive a day longer.
I need more time.
Are you mad? There's a
have to
sorcerer
talk to
living
all
in that
three of
storm
them,
who will rip your flesh from your bones.
before you can move forwards. But long story short, this is a crazy mission.
Sounds like it.
Ha! No chance. Not for all.
Wait. What about the old man?
Ha! I'd sooner walk backwards into the burning hells than rely on him. But he might be the only one crazy enough to agree. He spends his days in a fog by the banks of the Argentec River. It's no place for kind souls. Be careful.
Alright. Can I divine this thing?
Found a quiet spot where she can focus on controlling Andariel's presence.
Is it safe to leave her here?
Safer than stumbling blind through the desert. At least until we find a reliable guide.
On our way.
Here. Then, of course, there's Metroid Prime 4.
Out of energy. I'm not ready.
Alright. No advantage. Down into that here. That is a very specific thing.
I need more time.
This is PvP in Diablo 4 is not
Need more time.
If you ever do not want to be threatened by the PvP zone, you can
More time. Don't have enough energy.
and once you're out of the red areas, they can no longer
I'm not ready.
If you're in the red areas, you can take damage from others.
More
You
time.
take damage from fighting that you're partied with, so you can't take any damage from me. But if somebody were to decide to show up, kind of
Every
hunt
day
you,
brings new food.
I'm not the one who's gonna roll their corpses into the river this time. I'm not.
I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
There. Woke you up, didn't we?
Huh? What's that? I'm paid up, leave me be.
We're not here to collect. We need...
Huh? This can't be. Can it? Is that the symbol of the hole? The Hura,
Garadrim.
yes. Horadrim. Dekat King. Can it be you, old friend? It's me, Mischief.
No. Deckard is gone. My name is Lorath. We need your help passing through the sandstorm to the north.
Sandstorm, eh? The others must have turned you down. Told you some rubbish about a sorcerer, I'll wager. Yeah. Well, what can a sorcerer do to me that time hasn't already? Yes, I'll help. There's an old chapel near there, an auspicious spot to begin a new adventure.
Good. Gather whatever you need. I'll fetch Thaisa and meet you there.
Ha! This
So,
is
Mischief,
wonderful! Like
another
old times,
yes.
eh, Deckard?
He is basically from Diablo 2. There was a quest where you had to cross a river, and there was no pilots that would take you. They were crazy enough to take you, and so Mischief, being the crazy pilot that he is, he found a way.
I'm not ready yet.
Now it seems like he's gonna help us again.
I need more time. Need more time. Don't have enough energy. I need more time. Need more time. I'm not ready. Out of energy. I'm not ready.
So this chapel that we're going to, it's actually a pretty important place. Kind of a headquarters for...
Low on energy. Need more time. Need more time.
There's another...
Need more time. I need more energy. I need more time. I need more time.
So, chapter 3, which is where we're going, because a lot of it is going to space to
I'm low on energy. I need more time.
The moment we stepped inside, Andario grew desperate. But her screams are only a whisper now.
This is holy ground. Her influence will be weaker here.
Alright.
I am. Up to Taissa, whether she'll join us, though.
Every part of me wants to walk through that storm and draw Elias's blood. But perhaps he is counting on my vengeance to lead me back to him, so he can finish what he started. It is safer for everyone if I stay.
No shame in that. It's the wise choice. We'll bring you his head.
So Taissa has the lesser wish trapped inside of her current.
I'm not ready yet.
As such, if she leaves this sacred ground, her fight becomes much harder. So she's going to stay here while we go find Elias. Ready?
Alrighty.
Are you? Oh, I hope you've lined your pockets with healing drops. If not, help yourself to the ones I keep on old Isabella here.
Alright.
Storm's going to get worse, too. I can smell it. When it starts to kick up, we'll have to find something to shelter us, or there'll be nothing left of us but bones and stories.
Alright.
So, this is, one of those infamous companion quests. We kind of have to follow / lead Nishif and Isabella here. They're kind of afraid of monsters.
Need more time.
They do protect us from the storm. They know the path way through the storm, we do not. So
Just savoring the moment. This is going to be a trek to remember, eh, Descartes? I can't wait.
It's not as bad as that. Yeah, that's going to be.
that's just how it's going to be while you're in here. But
I'm not ready.
if you get farther away from
The winds are turning angry. Follow me.
Nishi,
I'm not ready.
also try to avoid there are some safe spaces.
Need more time.
Go to them, hang out for like 30 seconds, and then be on our way. If you need, you can always pick up a spell. That's the hammer, and then she'll give you a refreshing set of potions. This is nobody's favorite part of Diablo 4.
Could it be? Ah! It is! The gods favor our journey, friend! Drink with me, Descartes. A toast to another life or death adventure.
No, I've had quite enough. It's all yours.
Ah,
At least he
I won't
knows
turn
when
down
to
such
stop.
generosity. Seems it's dying down.
Okay, he's infinitely worse. At least Ashley knows
Onward!
what to do. He's just delaying the inevitable.
I think there's like 3 or 4 of these little soldiers.
I need more time. I need more time.
Storm's kicking up again. This way, quickly.
I need more time.
I would argue that this is not necessarily a difficult task.
No. Back. We need to go back.
What?
Oh,
What's
there
wrong?
you go. This is
My
an
pipe.
escort mission.
I left my pipe back at the chapel. We must go back and get it.
Oh man. If you turn your back now, I'll be the first to bury a plate in it.
Bah. Fine. But I won't forget this betrayal, Deckard. You know I won't.
Thank you, Laura.
Come on then.
I need more time. I need more time. I need more time.
The big four. Keep it up,
Out of energy.
Time to move. Follow me.
I'm not ready yet.
Storm's not under us yet. This way. Ah, Deckard. Do you remember the smell of the salt air on the ocean? No shade or devil could stand in our way. Been all across this world since then. Seen things you wouldn't believe. But it was never quite the same. Wandering without a direction, it was just waiting.
Aye. It's important to have something to walk towards.
One foot in front of the other, eh, old friend? If we stop walking, we die.
I mean, it is basically true.
Sounds like the winds have calmed. Stay close.
I think this is the last of the little journey. There's not too much of this left. And this will get us about 2/3 of the way through Act 3. At the middle dungeon.
Need more time.
That wasn't half as dangerous as the others made it seem. To think such an intriguing place was hidden beyond the storm.
That looks like a Tri-Dry Oasis.
A relic from the old days of Kyrgyzstan, maybe. Lost to time until Elias seized it.
He must have stole some treasure, eh?
Mashif, don't move. Don't speak to anyone. There is great danger lurking here.
You've grown fearful in your old age, my friend. But worry not. I will stay put.
Elias chose them to join his anointed circle? Ha!
It was Master Elias's hand that brought Lilith to Sanctuary, and it will be his hand that binds a lesser evil to our will. Imagine, when we hold...
So this is basically Elias's strong.
You then! Wait!
Alright.
I haven't seen you before. We just made it through the storm. By the Mother's grace.
Ah, new disciples. You've come at an auspicious time. Lilith recently graced us with her presence.
She was here.
Oh, it was magnificent. But do not worry. Perhaps Master Elias will give you a glimpse of her through the sightless eye. If he deems you worthy, go inside and present yourself to him.
So the sightless eye is like a planetary from Prince, right?
This is worse than I thought. Elias has the sightless eye. It's ancient magic. He can see anywhere with it. Across time, even.
Heads high, champions of Lilith! Never again will we be...
This is the main stronghold of Elias's cult.
Go forth and stand in judgment before Master Elias. But show no fear, no hesitation.
Don't worry. We won't. Leave it with these fanatics.
Hold on. I see something. Blood petals.
What will it be now?
Mephisto. Diablo. Baal.
The ruination of Sanctuary is imminent. And yet you doubt.
Only zealots and fools are completely certain, Mother. If we are to be saved, it will be by your hand.
I have not come to save, but to empower. In my shadow, the strong will oppose the might of hell itself. Like the weak, fend for themselves.
Pandaria lives. The Horadrim die.
Whatever the cost.
Whatever the cost.
I had another vision. Lilith thinks the primevals will destroy Sanctuary, and she's empowering people to stand against them.
That's why she and Elias are gathering followers. They're building a bloody army.
Yes, Lorath. The Lords of Hell threaten our existence, and we are doing something about it.
This
Elias.
is Elias, the guy.
How are you still alive?
You will never understand what I have done for this world.
After all these years, this is the best you can do! You cannot kill
Bastard guard. We can't keep bashing our heads against him like this. He'll wear us down. We need to escape, but not without the Sightless Eye. If we can take it, that'll rob him of some power at least.
So basically, Elias is immortal. Can't really do anything to him right now. Does have a powerful artifact. It'll allow us to.
I need more time.
You're gonna go try to find it. That's what you do with powerful artifacts. Yours. And they're nothing needs to be more powerful artifact.
I sense the blood. You received her blessed communion. Open your heart to her. Embrace your nature. Never.
Need more time.
It's what you always do. Have a different outcome.
Need more time. Out of energy.
That stench. Unnatural. Some kind of necromancy. Where did he find this power?
So as Elias was saying, there's
I'm not ready.
I don't know what it is yet, but certainly beneficial for us to have it so that we can stop.
Lorath. Taking it will change nothing. It is too late to stop what Lilith has begun.
I'm not ready.
You can do better than this.
Need more time. Need more time. I'm not ready.
You may be surprised to know by far Elias is the most
I'm not ready. Need more time.
Alright.
Here it is. The Sightless Eye.
The Sightless Eye.
Mashif can help us get the artifact far from this place. But we need to hurry before Elias returns. That opening over there is our best chance of escape.
Let's go find Mashif and get out of here. Now we have the Sightless Eye. We can anticipate and plan, and we do not have to stay
Put pressure
back.
here. We need to stop the bleeding.
It seems I've lost a step in my old age, eh, Deckard?
No.
Hey, you made it. Did you kill that sorcerer fellow?
Don't talk. The storm was broken. We'll get you out of here.
Oh, it's a shame. I got mine. Just a hair too late. Sneaky devil poked me in the back. Skewered like a quill rat. So it goes. Hey, Deckard.
Aye. So it goes.
Poor guy.
They'll be coming. I'm taking the Sightless Eye. We need a safe place to study it. Use it against them. We'll meet at the Desert Chapel. Go.
See you later, my friend.
Conveniently, they teleport us right over to the chapel.
Oh my gosh.
Did you kill him?
More than once, in fact. Trouble is, he won't stay dead.
He is more powerful than I thought. I underestimated him.
So did I. But we took something important from him, at least. The Sightless Eye. I think he was using it to commune with Lilith from afar.
A powerful piece of magic.
And dangerous. Perhaps we can use it to our advantage. Give me some time to study it.
Alright.
The prime evils were reforming. Hell was coming. But Elias was not the answer to anyone's prayers. If you want to take the measure of someone, you judge them by their deeds, not their words. Simple as that. Elias preached of saving the world while standing atop a mountain of corpses. Then there was the Wanderer, everything Elias was not. Tainted by Lilith's blood, and yet able to resist her corruption. That was what I witnessed in the Wanderer's deeds. And that was when I started to think that perhaps together, we could keep the evil at bay.
Oh, I get you leveled up, okay. Oh, you leveled up. Okay, I think
I can't carry it anymore.
Alright. So, we're going to be studying the Sightless Eye so we can use it. It's now time for us to speak with Thaisa.
I can shut out Andario's whispers most of the time, but not always.
Better a whisper than having her walk the world again. Andariel is part of Lilith and Elias's plan. But how? What do we know so far?
Lilith made a deal with Astaroth.
A demon who served her father. Interesting choice of ally.
And she has a key to hell.
A place where she's seen as a traitor. So why would she go? And is she already there?
Alright, so now we take the Sightless Eye, bring it to Laura.
It's risky, but we haven't got a choice. When you're ready, picture Lilith in your mind and gaze into the eye.
I spy with my little eye.
My father's essence is reforming.
How do you know?
I feel it. Like 1,000 old wounds ripped open again. He's still weak. Vulnerable. I must strike before he can resist.
Make his power yours. The other lords will.
What happened?
Oh boy.
She saw me.
She knows we're looking for her. Only a matter of time before she comes after us.
Not necessarily.
What do you mean?
Mephisto is reforming. And Lilith aims to take his power while he's still weak.
So, that's what you've been preparing for. All right, old man. Think. Think! If she takes Mephisto's power, she'll become like a prime evil herself. She'll be able to conquer hell and sanctuary alike. I have an idea how to stop her. But for it to work, we'll need the help of an old ally. Deliver this message to Doman. He'll have gone to Kyovashad for guidance.
So I believe we're going through Act 4 now. Act 4 is basically a bunch of conversations. It's by far the shortest act in the game. So we're going to teleport over to Kyogre Shell.
Alright, hold on a moment.
We're going to go to Kyogre Shell. That's the big city where we first started. Should be in the top right corner. Not top right corner, but
Not in town.
if you'd like, you can take advantage of a blacksmith while we're here. Diablo inventory.
anything breaks, the forge is hot.
Can't salvage that. I can't make this right now.
Come back and see us.
So this guy allows you to put effects on your gear. So you can look better. It's upgrading your armor, upgrading your potential.
Alright.
So, cool. Once you're kind of good with what you're at, you don't need to make any more upgrades. You can continue on with the story.
Right.
I can't make this right now.
So you should not be worried about sigils right now. You can really only
I can't
use
do
those
that here.
in World Tier 3 and World Tier 4. Those do not unlock until after you beat Lily.
Alright.
Not in
And
town.
then we're just worried about gear. And really, gear doesn't matter until after you beat Lily.
After everything.
Faithful penitents, a prophecy has been delivered to me. One that speaks of a glorious future. Tears of blood rain on a desert jewel, and the way to hell was torn asunder. Then came a spear of light, piercing hatred's heart. And he who was bound in chains was set free.
So that's the prophecy, right? That's the next phase.
You've all heard rumors of the demon Lilith, the daughter of hatred. It is my spear that shall pierce her heart. The chains that hold us to this world shall be cast off. And on my wings, I shall lift us all to heaven!
Alright, let's go talk to
Good
Hector.
news for once, I hope. It's from Lorath. Oh, wonderful.
What? What does it say?
He didn't tell you? No, of course not. That would require some basic degree of consideration. It's written in our code. He sent a plan. Though calling it that is generous. He wants to imprison Lilith with my soul stone. The one that held Astaroth.
Huh.
Can it work?
Certainly not. The stone needs to be attuned first. And he will need an expert for that.
Laura thinks that expert is you.
Huh.
Then he is even more foolish than I thought. Go to the Horadric vault, will you? I'll dig up what he needs. You can deliver it. And maybe then you'll leave me alone. I'm old friends with the stable master in town. Tell him I sent you, and he'll offer you a steed.
Ah.
So this is the biggest reward we've probably gotten so far. The ability to use a horse.
Hey.
Donan. Ah. Now there's a good man. A champion of the faith. Not like that old crank you were with earlier. What was his name? Lorfam? Morath? Doesn't matter. I know Donan's been through some hard times of late, so I'm happy to help him however I can. Take one of my steeds.
Yay!
So the horse, the mounts, this is way faster than mine. I can imagine. You should be able to equip it using a button. I don't know exactly which button, but once you're there, you know, it's gotten a whole lot better since the game first launched. Right now you have only two options, but as you beat the kind of primary enemies in the in-game, they'll give you some options. This is a much faster way of
more time.
You can kind of ignore enemies while you're on horseback. Primarily, it's just a way to go from which has been a problem, right? At the beginning of this session, we basically spent a good 5 to 10 minutes walking from one town to the next town. We will no longer need to do that.
Haven't even gone in yet. We have an intruder.
Oh boy.
It's not like that. She's but a child.
You brought a child? Here?
It was she who brought me, actually.
Watch where you swing that staff. It's not a toy.
Who is he?
He once lived in this vault. The one you're trespassing in. Explain yourself.
Well, I'm just here to do some necromancy.
I'm a student. conducting research on the Haradrim. What's left of you all, anyway?
A student, huh? You have a teacher? Don't tell me Lorath has taken another apprentice.
I don't need a teacher to study. Lilith threatens Sanctuary as we speak. I need to prepare for that. With or without help.
You? Against Lilith? Well, I came to get my things. I pray they were free from your meddling.
Let's go.
Okay.
Let me unseal this. The stone will need to be attuned to Lilith before Lorath marches up to her. It won't hold him otherwise. I put together some notes on the process before I left.
So we have to walk
First
going
things
through
first.
this little dungeon.
Lorath will need my notes. Soulstone
and,
magic is
we're
treacherous
gonna be
even
done
in the most skilled hands.
Okay.
Act 4 is very short.
Tread carefully. We summoned the spirit in here. You are a monk. Lorath assured me that he banished it for good, but I've always held my doubts. Damn spiders. Always find a way in. Lilith hails from her father's domain. Hatred. That's the essence Lorath will need for the attunement. I kept a map. Somewhere. Here. All the places Mephisto's hatred yet lingers. There's just one last thing.
Need more time.
Yes. I bet Lorath still wears his. The Order's mission was his lifeblood. I couldn't give up my life for it. Not like him. I wanted to be a man. I left to chase family, fellowship. And for what? You saw how that ended. My son. I can't do it. It wouldn't work anyway.
Donan.
You don't understand. The stuff soulstones are made of, they're old as the eternal conflict itself. With magic so primordial, you need faith. You need spirit. I have none.
What you lack in faith, you have in allies.
Who? You?
Yes. You're the only one who can help us.
Unfortunately, you may be right. I can't make any promises. Really. But I can try. For you two, I'll try. Let's hear what the old man has to say.
Alright. So we're done with the only dungeon of Act 4. Did you think it was easy?
Yeah, seems so.
Well, that's because Act 4 is not really an act. It's kind of a hold point. You have to make sure that you do Acts 1, 2, and 3 before you can progress through to finish Act 4.
Alright.
This place is a treasure trove. Look at this masterpiece. Kalha's beyond the veil of the southern jungles.
You're familiar with Kalha's work?
She's brilliant. One of my favorites.
Aw.
Mine as well.
Have you read her treatises? Never mind. You can tell me on the road.
On the road?
I'm going to help you. I know the Haradrim's ways. Your magic. Even that coded writing system you use. And don't tell me it's too dangerous. Lilith took my mother. I'll do whatever it takes to stop her.
That's a good speech. Might even convince the man you should be telling it to. Come on. I'm headed to him.
But your Haradrim, isn't this your vault?
It was once. Now, I suppose time will tell.
So, with some context, we can now identify that as a sneak peek at what we're going to do in the expansion. It's supposed to be in the Southern Jungles, but for now, let's get through this game. We need to go back to that cathedral that we were at, where we left Kaisa and Mora.
Yeah. Over at the meeting at Mike's. Alright. No. Go. Yep.
We're gonna go to the first quick fast travel pod, and then we're gonna use our horse to go.
Right.
It needs time to recharge.
You were right to call upon me, you know. Soul stones are no trifle.
There's the Donan I remember.
I need air.
Alright.
I'm still muddy on the details of this plan.
The bones are there. Lilith aims to take Mephisto's power for herself before she can reach.
I must have accidentally skimmed over what was going on there.
Okay. So, first off, there's a good bit of infighting, right? Second, Lorth has a plan. He wants to basically use the Soul Stone that Donan is preparing to trap Lilith and prevent her from finishing her plan. Her plan is to take over her father's power, because her father, Mephisto, is currently weak in a weakened state in the realm of hatred. So they want us to basically go find Lilith as she tries to go to the realm of hatred. Meanwhile, Thaisa she left, and now she's not making any sounds. Something's happened to her.
You're fumbling in the eye. Let me right to your little camp.
If you hurt her, hurt her, I elevated her. The runes inked into her skin form a waypoint. She is a beacon across realms. Get her out of here.
It matters not. Her part is done. Your part is done too. Savor your breath while it lasts.
So this is the boss fight. So we kind of want to avoid spots.
I need more time.
So cool. We fought in Daryl, the Maiden English. This is not her true form, but let's go back to Mora and find out what's happened.
Bloody hell. You finished the ritual from the volcano, then?
Elias. That's the man who summoned Lilith. You're saying he summoned a lesser evil too?
Keep up, girl. Is Andariel gone?
Yes.
And Elias?
He fled.
Before going to the steps, Elias came to Hawazar, took something that wasn't his, It's why I'm hunting him. I have a friend in Hawazar who has mastered the art of immortality. She might know his secret. Let me take you to her.
I thought we were after Lilith, not Elias.
Finding him may lead to her.
And while we look for him, you'll have time to work on the stone. That's what you wanted, isn't it?
Damn it, I'll bite. On one of those rare occasions you gave me good advice.
Alright.
You said the answers you need are often in the place you least want to look.
It was you who said that.
Ah, you're right. Let's get the horses ready.
Listen, I didn't mention it earlier, but you did well.
Aww.
You stood against Andariel, a lesser evil, and lived. That's no ordinary feat. But don't let it go to your head. The arrogance and foolhardy never last long in Hawazar. I wonder what old Deckard Cain would have written in his chronicles if he had seen us. Two old friends reunited. New allies eager to learn from our vast knowledge. Bound as one against the encroaching darkness, like the Haradrim of old. They were probably lost and bitter, just like us. But Cain had a gift for seeing the good in people. One thing was certain, at least. Lilith meant to devour Mephisto and claim his power as her own. Had that been her goal all along? Not sanctuary, but a bid to reign in hell. And Elias, the damned fool, was too blind to see it. Perhaps we weren't perfect, but we knew we had to make a stand. We were the world's only hope.
Alright. Let's get back on our horses. Let's go to Hawazar. So Hawazar is the last real different location. This one is deserts, right? Hawazar is going to be kind of you pick up this statue here. The statue of Lola.
I can't carry anymore.
Okay. So as I was saying, Hawazar's the last real different location. It is a jungle.
I need more time.
So we're gonna be going for jungles. In Diablo 3, there was a class called the Witch, which came from the jungles of Hawazar. You do not
need time to recharge.
Witchcraft is kind of the central theme of this section.
I need more time.
In general, Hawazar's kind of is definitely different from the other ones. If you're going into Hawazar, you might want to prepare some poison resistance. A lot of things poison you. Poison
not in town
is a big theme.
We must break his hold on immortality. He cannot continue to escape his judgment.
Yes. And without Elias, we may have more success against Lilith. Where do we start?
Seek out Timoe in the marshes. She traded with the power in the swamp and received long life. She may have the answer to killing Elias for good.
Neyrel and I will start looking for her.
What about Donan?
He has his hands full with the Soul Stone. A heavy burden to bear alone. Might be wise to offer him it.
Alright. So we're off to find Timue. Timue is the bridge with the Martians.
I think not. I have to take care of the Soul Stone. Loreth will be fine alone. Northeast of here is a Zakarum keep. We know hatred has a strong presence there. Perhaps we can use it to prepare the Soul Stone to trap Lilith. I could use your assistance, if you're able.
So now we have 2 quests. We're going to do Donan's quest first. Just because it grants us a come over here, there's another
I'm not ready yet.
So you'll see the monsters, this region from the spiders and snakes. There are cultist people as well. And there's a lot of things. The biggest new addition is the people into this forest. I like that every region introduces new characters. These guys probably... I'm not ready yet. The other ones
Need more time.
What they do is they have
I'm not ready.
But we haven't done
I'm not ready yet.
Do you feel that? Mephisto's touch is heavy here. All that hatred. It's just what we need to attune the Soul Stone, to make it ready for Lilith. I'm too old to climb, but you can get...
So this is an old keep. This is, you know, one of the... This is the fights. The forces of darkness.
Need more time.
What we're looking for is those little white dashes that indicate that we can, take a shot.
I'm not ready.
So Now we're gonna climb up
It
the
needs
wall.
time to recharge.
Here, we find there's another small incremental items. That's what it's all about. Oh, we've got over
here. Need more time.
That's it.
So now we just have to raise the portcullis so that down we can.
Can't do that.
You're finally back. Hurry. Everything here makes my skin crawl.
Hey, we're not even you.
I can't do that here.
Do you hear that? How strange. Are there wolves in Hawazar? It feels worse here somehow. This must be the place.
So this is a place of great hatred. So we need to accomplish his task.
Need more time.
I haven't fought much since I was a young man. I lost the grit for it. Whatever else is here, hatred persists. Strong enough to attune the Soul Stone. Creation dan tenis beri dis tom hiklimon. Damn it! What's wrong with it?
I'm not ready. Needs time to recharge.
Come on. Come on. You old fool. What's wrong with it? Why won't... Oh no. This is worse than I thought. It must have been damaged when you're in... Astral.
Do you know how to repair it?
We'll need rare materials. Quicksilver to start. And tools. Alchemical tools. There's a village near here. We'll see if they have what we need. Meet me there when you can.
I need more time.
Now we're going to continue with this diamond quest. I think we're gonna finish the Bone story today.
Alright.
It should be the
I'm not ready.
Story. Let's jump on the horse. So the horse has had a marketed movement one of the things it's done changes is it's now faster. It's about 35% faster than normal horse. And barriers no longer stop it. This is a big deal because there used to be a bunch of barriers and when you're traveling from so over here, there's another altar. I'm not ready. The horse is really good.
I'll say it once more. Whatever it is you're looking for, we don't have.
Not in town. The town doesn't seem to have anything that we need.
We're a village in the middle of a swamp.
There must be something. I can feel the magic in this swamp, and where there is magic, there are users of magic.
If a witch is what you want, go to the tower then. Fire's lit, she's home.
Okay.
Alright. So when Johnny.
Now you mind yourself, Senna. Witches are about to get.
Find the witch of the town.
Thaisa? You're the witch in the tower?
Horadrin, I thought you journeyed to the keep.
Yes. Well...
And why would I help you?
Well, we all want Elias dead.
We do. But fixing the Soul Stone, that is about Lilith, and she does not concern me.
I don't need much. Just Quicksilver and the tools you have there.
Such small asks rarely remain so. Surely you must know this. But you did help me survive Andaril's summoning. So, my tools are yours. You will have to go to Valtha for Quicksilver, though. Find her, and she will give you what you need.
Ready? So Taisha is the witch forced. Now we are tasked by one of her old there's the altar for the over there.
I'm not ready.
Should be right.
I'm not ready yet.
Looks like there's a
time.
I don't remember exactly how to...
I'm not ready yet.
There it is.
Just have to be rude.
Thaisa has unknowingly sent you to your death. In the end, she will see the foolishness of her pursuit of Elias, and she will know that Lilith is our future.
Oh boy.
More ashes for the cauldron!
I'm not ready. Need more time.
Cannot escape the fire!
All that defense is perfectly fine.
I'm not ready. I need more time. My bags are full.
Now that we have that Quicksilver?
Ah, you're back. Place the purified Quicksilver in that bowl on the table.
So this one's a little bit weird.
And how was my sister?
Awkward.
Valther chose Lilith over your friendship. Elias convinced her to join him.
That can't be. She would have known not to trust Elias.
It wasn't Elias that seduced her, but Lilith. She found her ideals convincing.
Valther was my teacher. She guided me when I first began my service. This is...
My bags are full.
But that is why we must press on and mend the stone so no one else will fall to her lies. First off, the Quicksilver. Mix some of it into the pot.
So there's some good server on the table. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to kind of be assisting
Raise the flame.
sorry, Donan.
Turn the
as he,
wheel twice.
Goes through and makes the as he goes through and makes the soul stone.
Or is it 3 times? Give it another turn. The sulfur. Grind it in the mortar. Shashilyu kilnim. Shashilyu kilnim. Shashilyu kilnim. No, it's not working.
Speak to me outside. He is not up to the task.
What can we do?
I suspect he no longer trusts himself. We cannot erase all his doubt, but his most recent grief, his son, there is a way. He won't enjoy it, though.
Why help him? You could simply leave us to our fates.
Everyone needs a reminder every now and then that you can defeat danger. You only have to try. Haradrim, come here.
What? Why?
I want to take you somewhere. A place of old power in this swamp. I think it will do you some good.
So basically, Marisa has a plan to help Donan. Because Donan is not able to perform the job as such, she's going to use the old powers of the swamp to give him some of that newfangled confidence. Detour right around here. There should be another.
I need more time.
Why do we go to this place? There's
So Donan, to say it nicely, lacks confidence.
Do you feel that? The swamp's magic is more potent here.
Valtha brought me to this place when I was younger. Here, you can face your demons, whether they be fear or grief.
Who is... No. No. I've had enough of this.
And what will you do instead? Nothing in this swamp is free, Haradrim. Not even your magic. Whatever logic you think will win the day, you are mistaken. Where is your sense of adventure? Huh? Not buried in your youth, is it? Go outside and make an offering to the swamp. A ring, a necklace, something you hold dear. While you do, our friend here will collect two things. maggot ichor, and yellow lotus.
This is foolish.
So,
we need more time. I'm not ready yet. I need more time. I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. I need more time. I'm not ready yet. I need more time. I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready. I need more time. I'm not ready yet.
we should be back at the tents area.
I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I need more time. Need more time. I'm not ready.
So this is considered one of the...
Good.
A lot of
Make
people
haste.
are kind of
The
surprised
Haradrim tires of waiting.
this story.
Set the swamp's gift in the pot to brew a tea.
I simply think this is a waste of your time and mine.
Do you see the braziers? Light each of them. Then we will drink the tea and wait.
Wait for what?
For the swamp to call out to your soul and draw what festers from you, like poison from a wound.
Oh. Oh.
Oh no! They're coming!
Father. I will. Don't worry. Father.
Yoren? My son? How is it possible? My son. Please come back to me. Come back. I shouldn't have let you go. I should have said no. I should have kept you with me at Eldheim.
Why did you let me go?
I don't know. The look on your face. You were ready. You needed to go.
I did. And I do again.
Stop! Just...
Father. I'm ready.
Yep. Ready to go?
Didn't I warn you? The Horadrim would only hold you back. Look at them. So consumed by their emotions that they forget what really matters. Lilith is the true threat, not Elias.
I know why you're so afraid of her.
My fate is tied to yours. If she devours me, Sanctuary is lost. But you still have a chance to stop her. What if I opened a portal for you out of this swamp? Let the Horadrim deal with Elias. He is there. You and I can work together to stop Lilith.
I know who my real allies are. My friends. Take me back to them.
The day of reckoning will come, and your true friends will be revealed. Now, take the portal back to your allies. If Lilith prevails, you only have yourself to blame.
I don't know yet. He wandered around for hours until the tea wore off. A long journey through the swamp is more rewarding than a short one. Yours was even longer, it seems. Did you face your inner demons, as the Haradrim did?
Well...
Yes. Hopefully for the last time.
So that story is basically talking about ayahuasca, right? Ayahuasca is a drug that I
Not
guess
in
is
town.
proven to assist with PTSD. So there's a trip that Donan went on. I guess a trip that we went on as well. And now it's time for us to finish Donan's story.
Let us begin. Mix the quicksilver in the pot. And the fire. Turn the wheel twice. No more, no less. Now grind the sulfur. Carefully.
Alright, let's see it work now.
Mallet! Час чилью, чильним. Sulfur! Careful. Now stand back.
Is it done?
Heck yeah, it looks good.
Was it so easy then?
You have no idea the toll of such a thing. No idea what one must face. Overcome to perform this act of magic.
Perhaps not. But still.
Enough. It is done. Let us not tarry.
So,
Yes. We have our task at Zakharum Keep. Let's finish this.
So we can go back to the Zakharum Keep. I believe that Donan is based off of a StarCraft character named Karax. Karax is kind of like the Forge Master for the Protoss.
I can't do that here.
And maybe it's just me thinking all blacksmiths are the same, but feels like he's got a similar path where he lost confidence. His story is to regain the confidence in himself. Should be here.
I'm not ready yet.
I'm gonna go to Zavin's there, and then come back.
There's something down north. Down south.
Correct. That is the second branch. So that's the Lorath path. I want to see if we can finish the Donan path. We may be progress locked until we get to a certain point in the Nyrelli path. If I go with this. Yeah, I think we're going to have to put the Donan quest on hold until we get to the end of the... or until we get to a certain part of the Lorath Nyrelli.
Right? That's what it looks like.
So let's go, I guess, to them and see what they're up to.
Alright.
More time. I need more time.
So these are some new enemy types that I haven't seen before. They're what I was referring to earlier. There's...
What a lonesome place to come seeking knowledge.
He must have thought he had no choice.
Neither do we. Another set of eyes, at last. We've been searching for Timaway with little success.
Timaway is the witch of the junk. She's older than...
Need more time.
She's so...
I'm not ready yet. Time.
Only two kinds of people come looking for old Timur.
those running away from trouble, and those running toward it. Which kind are you, I wonder? Never heard of him.
We think Elias made a pact with the swamp to become immortal. Thaisa said you could help it.
Thaisa. Only she would be cold-hearted enough to send the child to die out here.
We've no intention of dying.
One of you will. That's the way it always ends. Go back where you came from. I won't have a child's blood on my hands.
I saw my mother possessed by Lilith. Driven so mad, it killed her. I'm not a child anymore.
So be it. If this Elias made a pact, it was with the Tree of Whispers. There are many paths to reach it, but the nearest is in Ingovani. A sacred incense is kept in the temple there. Retrieve it, and your path to the tree begins.
Here's where those snake creatures really come into play. Continue over here.
Need more time.
I'm getting some pretty serious lag. Are you getting some lag?
I'm not ready.
Somewhere around here there should be an altar. Exactly. I think it's over
here. Need more time.
So that certainly looks like a temple.
The door bears an image of a snake. Her eyes are missing. Perhaps returning them here is the key to opening the way.
I need more time. I need more time.
So, this is kind of I believe there's 6 acts in the game total. We did finish Act 3 and Act 4, so we should definitely be able to make some progress. If we ever finish bonus stuff before,
I'm not ready.
Hey, why can't go after in there early?
I need more time.
listen when we demanded the gem, but I hear them still. Their war.
Caught in them, they will
need more time.
Paralyzed. Not much you can do. Just have to wait it out. But it's pretty brutal.
I'm not ready yet.
Need more time. I'm gonna do a best for me on the As you can see, this is kind of like a temple to a snake. This is the snake that eats the world. Sorry? So in Norse mythology,
need more time. I'm not ready.
So
It needs time to recharge. I need more time. I'm not ready yet.
I think this is the last thing.
Need more time.
I'm not ready yet.
This must be it.
Need more time. Need more time.
To my knowledge, I don't think that this boss
I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready.
You play this game a lot?
My bags are full.
Now that we have that Mystic Incense, we can take it back to Tinui.
Good, you found the incense. I'll keep it safe for us.
While you were gone, Timur warmed up to us. Well, to Lorath. He's surprisingly nimble with old women.
Nerel?
She says there's an altar. That's what the incense is for. It's not far from here.
So I think that's where we're going to end it.
Alright. Just going to do a little badly to get up to level 40.
I'm not ready. Need more time. I need more time. Need more time.
So, I'll take care of that, but this has been... Alright. This has been Dry Oasis. I've been your host, and these have been my two co-hosts, Kirby and Snorlax. Say goodbye, Kirby and Snorlax. Bye-o! And as always, you can follow me on Twitch or YouTube, donate to me on my Patreon, subscribe to me, or go to my X/Twitter, all under... right over there. And FuzzyCow, do you have anything to add? Right. Right. Oh, right. I forgot to tell you I finally played the Hades 2 beta or whatever. And Kronos, man, Kronos, man, he is hard as heck. I didn't think he would be harder than Hades, but oh my god, he is. Can't wait to play the other post-game stuff or whatever. Right? Yeah. Alright, so let's see here. I guess I will see you later, FuzzyCow. Alright, hopefully maybe on... Let's see here. I'll see what I can do for... Probably for Sunday. I have something going on for Saturday, so it might have to be for Sunday. But I'll see what I can do. Alright, bye-bye. Alright. And let's see here. Raid. Alright. See here. I'll raid this guy. Alright. And I will see you all later. Bye-bye. Oops. Stream.